In a world that often celebrates power, wealth, and status, there are rare individuals whose greatness comes from something far more profound: unconditional kindness. This is the story of such a person who stepped beyond comfort, beyond expectations, beyond fear, and chose to heal a broken world with compassion that asked for nothing in return. Long before their name became etched into history, they were simply someone who believed that every human life mattered. Their kindness wasn't selective. Their compassion wasn't convenient. Their courage wasn't loud. It was steady, patient, and unshakable. And through this gentle strength, they changed the fate of thousands. Today, their legacy reminds us that a single heart guided by love can illuminate even the darkest places. This story is a reminder that kindness is not weakness, it is power. It is transformation. It is the quiet force that can rebuild a world. Let's step into the journey of a life that proved unconditional kindness can become a legacy. In a world where people often measure strength by titles, wealth, or loud achievements, there once lived a woman whose greatest power came from something far quieter, yet far more transformative: unconditional kindness. Her name was Florence Nightingale, and though history remembers her as the founder of modern nursing, the true force behind her impact wasn't just medicine or strategy. It was a rare, unwavering belief that every life mattered, no matter how poor, how wounded, or how forgotten. Florence was born into a wealthy family in the 1800s, surrounded by luxury and comfort. She could have lived a life of ease, attending grand parties, wearing elegant dresses, and following society's expectations for a privileged young woman. But inside her heart was a stubborn flame, an unexplainable pull towards serving others. Even as a child, she would sneak away from gatherings to tend to sick animals, injured workers, or anyone who needed help. Her parents wanted her to live a refined life. Society expected it. But Florence believed kindness was not something to be offered only when convenient. It was a responsibility, a calling, and sometimes a quiet rebellion. Her true test came during the Crimean War, a time when wounded soldiers lay in dark, filthy hospitals, forgotten and rotting in neglect. When Florence volunteered to help, she was warned that the front lines were dangerous, unsanitary, and hopeless. But she was determined. With a team of nurses, she traveled across the sea, stepping into a world of suffering most people would run from. What she found was worse than any report: men lying on cold floors, rats running between dying soldiers, hallways echoing with pain. The hospital was not a place of healing. It was a graveyard waiting for its final numbers. Yet Florence did not flinch. Night after night, she walked those crowded corridors with her lamp in hand, offering comfort, cleaning wounds, wiping tears, whispering hope into the ears of men who believed their last moment was near. They began to call her the lady with the lamp, because long after the doctors slept, after the world grew silent, Florence would still be there, checking on one more soldier, offering one more word of comfort, performing one more act of kindness. But what made her kindness powerful was that it never depended on praise, recognition, or gratitude. She treated every person the same, whether a soldier with medals on his chest or a poor recruit who had never been noticed in his life. Her love was unconditional. When people criticized her, she kept working. When officials resisted her reforms, she kept pushing. When exhaustion tried to break her body, she pressed forward. Kindness, to her, was not softness, it was courage. It was choosing compassion when others chose convenience. It was doing good not because the world deserved it, but because the world needed it. Slowly, life began returning to those dim hospital halls. Death rates dropped dramatically. Cleanliness became mandatory. Systems were put in place. And one by one, soldiers who thought they would die walked out alive. Florence's kindness had transformed not just individual lives, but an entire global system of care. She proved that a single heart, fueled by unconditional love, could shift the destiny of thousands. Years later, when people praised her as a hero, she refused to bask in glory. Instead, she spent the rest of her life fighting to improve healthcare, gathering data, writing reports, and designing hospitals that would serve generations to come. She never asked for credit. She never demanded applause. Her life became a message, a reminder that kindness is not an act. It is a legacy. Florence Nightingale showed the world that greatness is not always loud. Sometimes it is the soft step in a quiet hallway. Sometimes it is the gentle hand that cleans a wound. Sometimes it is a single person deciding that no life is too small to matter. Unconditional. Kindness is not weakness, it is strength. It is leadership. It is power. It is the mark of someone who chooses to make the world better, even when no one is watching. Today, long after she has passed, her influence still shapes hospitals, guides nurses, and inspires ordinary people to serve with compassion. Her life tells us something profound. Your kindness can outlive you. You may never know how far one loving act will travel. You may never see the full impact of your compassion. But rest assured, every seed of kindness grows somewhere, and someone, at some time. So let this story remind you, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, you too can become a light. You too can be the reason someone finds strength again. You too can rewrite someone's story with one small act of love. The world is waiting for more people who lead with their hearts, who give without expecting, who rise each day determined to leave others better than they found them. If Florence Nightingale could transform the world with nothing but a lamp and a heart full of unconditional kindness, imagine what you can do today. And if this inspiring story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel so more people can experience these powerful life-changing stories. Your support helps spread motivation, hope, and kindness across the world.